Thank you, UN ambassadors, for allowing me to speak today about the food crisis in Togo. Togo is a country in West Africa consisting of 56,785 square kilometers, roughly the size of Virginia. There are 6.7 million people living in this country, and of that 6.7 million, more than 70% of the total population lives below the poverty line. The economic crisis in this country has crippled the food supply for millions of people in Togo. The agricultural sector makes up 70% of the country's workforce, and it does play a crucial role in contributing to food security, creating jobs, and generating income, as well as providing goods and services. Agriculture accounts for 38% of Togo's gross domestic product, and while Togo remains the fourth largest phosphate producer, they are a net exporter of coffee, cocoa, maize, and cotton. In recent years, export of limestone, marble, and phosphate has been gradually increasing. However, the economy of Togo has been in a downturn for the past decade. Since 1990, the agricultural industry has declined due to the decreases in world phosphate prices and the increased foreign competition. Togo suffered through socio-political crisis, an economic regression, and a decrease in public and international aid. To add insult to injury, Togo's rural population suffered the most from floods and sharp increases in food prices that hit the country in 2007 and 2008. The 2008 food crisis hit poor people hard in Togo. The under 5 malnutrition rate is at an alarming 14.3%. That's well above the emergency level of 10%. 3 of the 5 Togolese regions, more than 77,000 children suffer from malnutrition. Productivity is generally low in Togolese culture. Togo's agricultural sector and the country's economic development are particularly susceptible to the effects of climate change. Low levels of government funding have led to a decline in vital public services such as water, health, and education. Several actions have been taken place by various organizations to improve the conditions in Togo. And as an international response, the World Bank fast-tracked 5.2 million euros from the newly created Global Food Crisis Response Program to fund locally prepared school lunches for 21,000 children in the poor, flood-prone areas. In 2009, the European Union, otherwise known as the EU, channeled £2.5 million to help 20,000 of the most affected Togolese farmers restart their production via an EU food facility. In addition, EU-funded efforts also delivered structural support to the agriculture in Togo, in particular into its seed sector and market information system. The EU food facility is helping Togo to move forward and towards a long-term food security. UNICEF has also stepped in. They've opened 134 nutritional rehabilitation centers, trained more than 350 health agents, and supplied 200 tons of therapeutic food, medicine, and developed tools for the collection of data and the follow-up of activities in the health centers. This country's challenge now is to create the conditions for economic growth. We cannot ignore the survival, development, and protection needs of the children of Togo. This country, it is a key moment in history. Other generation of children cannot sacrifice to no or poor education and healthcare, exploitation, and abuse. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to put yourselves in the shoes of the Togolese. Without our help, this country's condition will only get worse. Increase the funding to programs like UNICEF and the European Union. Let's partner with the government of Togo, and together we can create a better future for the people of Togo. Thank you for your time.